Hey, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that we've set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you would like a brief introduction, a brief summary into the Ahn Rho Project, as well as how we break it down into domains of life, sub-series analogies, and so on and so forth, including the copyright-free music and the live streaming schedule, you can check that all out on the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years, straight up to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. With that being said, let's dive to the second segment of today. Second of roughly about 11 different segments broken across 3 phases per 15-minute live stream. But I will say at the very beginning in this second segment, 2 quick notes. First thing, as usual, as of the past week or so, there's a Sol 5.5 override, meaning system override version 5.5, meaning there's a lot of restructuring. The segments are not going to follow in any particular order that unless it's practical to me. So it's a rule that tells me to break all the rules as necessary to achieve the goals and objectives, to stay pragmatic and practical. Second thing I want to mention, of course, you can skip ahead if you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, on Twitch, Facebook. You can skip ahead for about a minute and a half if you want to skip even this abridged version of the introduction. But let's just dive into content now, right? So that's it. We have what you see is what you get. Take a look on the screen, take a look behind. There's a lot of stuff here, from photography to media assets to traveling, food, dietetics, nutrition, storytelling, a lot of commentary I have to say about this kind of stuff. So let's just dive right into it. Let's say this collage here. I'm gonna get rid of the logo right now for a second because it's kind of a little bit obnoxious in the middle. Let's expand that right here for a second, the bottom right hand side. Pull it up. What you see here, again, a big just collage of everything. We have traveling, like I said, going to a shopping mall. We have some scan documentation. We have the times for certain things, even a scan of a paper that's very memoric for me, and a childhood item. Of better times, maybe. Well, not better times, of worse times, but still, when I actually appreciate the very small things in life. Then we have these 2 little quotes at the very bottom as well, so a bit of philosophy and education. Let's move on to the other one, the other kind of mass photography right here. On the top left hand corner, let's just kind of maximize that a bit. So this is a before after snapshot. Again, this will have to roll into at least 2 more days, at least tomorrow's stream and the day after, because we cannot cover everything today without question. At the very top, we have a basically before screenshot of all the times bag and the materials inside. In fact, I was also supposed to cover region H downstairs in the dining room. So that's stuff that we're going to have to postpone and backlog. We'll get to that in a second when we talk about the title. You also see some food here, as well as again the voice recordings. That's why you see all the numerics on the left hand side, some instant noodles, and again recon and scouting out items as we're out of lockdown. The bottom kind of like mass screenshots there. So let's just get rid of all of that and talk about segment 4. So segments 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 different segments in phase 2, which is usually digital stuff. So let's take a look on the left hand side panel right here. You can see that there's roughly about, well, let's pull it to the middle. You can see roughly about 6 different audio recordings. Again, spanning different days. The dated, they are dated, sorry, as well as the live streams. So obviously, audio recordings, podcasts, live streams, whatever media assets that capture the essence of life. So obviously, interactions with me and my guardians. I had a really kind of unwanted, undesirable conversation between me and my biological mother, and just telling her, you gotta back off. I'm gonna set my ground. You're you're crossing the line here. I missed out on giving one of these very important gifts to someone who is very important to me at the workplace. She lost her husband, and she's been like a godmother to me, and I wasn't able to get it done, and I wasn't able to get in touch with a business partner, KW, amazing person, over the weekend because of stuff that kept being interrupted from my own guardians, and I have this 3 decades worth of irrational responses. I don't stand my ground against them because they used to be violent and threaten my safety, and now I'm having trouble standing against them all this time, and I'm saying this has to stop. And I took a stand and I told her, you gotta back off. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. That's it. So that's that. It's ridiculous that I'm still struggling with this as an adult. It's clear to me that it's had a severe impact on my behavior. So I gotta change that. That's my responsibility. So that's that. That's the audio recordings. there was a conversation like that. There was also the rest of the usual, the interactions, one party consent, me just kind of reflecting on my interactions with my colleagues and really just showing gratitude. One day I'll look back onto these recordings and just be like, oh, those are people who were in my life. And obviously the live stream itself today, I'm really kind of ticked off. It does say postponement in the title, so obviously I have to postpone a lot of things, particularly these items here, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so let's talk about digital assets now. So that was segment 4 and 5, relationships as well as audio recordings, media assets. Let's move on to digital assets here. So with a little shout out to Stoic Reflections and Daily Philosopher here. 2 pages you can find on Instagram. I don't follow Daily Philosopher, but the point is, again, philosophy has been kind of like the father of my life. And psychology, kind of like the mother of my life, figuratively speaking, and almost literally. So we have, because I don't really have anything. And so parents wonder why the streams are bitter when they themselves poison the fountain. Pretty straightforward, right? Raise your kids properly. That's all as Jean Locke. And goes both ways, right? The kids have to take some responsibility themselves. Obviously, I'm talking about myself here too. Stoic Reflections, when you arise in the morning, think, and this will be relatable for some of you as well. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Not saying that he's not dismissing that there are challenges and very arduous, horrific, nightmarish type challenges you've experienced in life, but the fact is, this is one way to overcome them. A mental kind of hack and strategy is just to take a little things and see what it is that you can appreciate, the most basic things. So by Marcus Aurelius. Once again, not my stuff, copyright notice, not my stuff. Just check it out on Instagram, stuff like that. Is not, I don't claim ownership of this. Okay, so there's more digital items. So we have some scanned items. So this is a childhood memory kind of thing. I was rummaging through the Times bag, as I mentioned, from the university bag. So we have some Tempo Petit. So basically, these are some like German type handkerchiefs, and I just want to say like, this small bundle is something that I used to get like 25 years ago in a way when I was a wee little kid, like a toddler. My biological mother used to get me stuff like this, just to show that she cared, just to wipe your nose and stuff like that. I used to have asthma, and so it really brings back some memories. Let's talk about a little bit of this kind of scanned items here too that don't have to do with that. This is a flash drive that I purchased, 3 flash drives for about $20 plus tax, so like 23, 16 gigabytes. I'm going to use this as a gift item for my colleagues. I'm going to transfer to them, give them all these like therapeutic like military philosophy, more stoic, more conservative, but also some more a little bit more understanding, a little bit more liberalized resources. So it's just an all-around page dealing with struggles in life and trying to overcome them and succeed in raising a proper family and or business or workplace relationship, whatever it is. So this is a kind of scan document. On brand ONN, I'm not sure if that's pronounced it, USB type 2.0 flash drives 3 pack. So I may purchase another pack so to get 6 USBs and I can hand out to different colleagues at my workplace who are really like family to me. Let's cover some photographs here now. So I showed all this kind of stuff here, business hours, right? I'm during the pandemic. This is like a sewing shop, and I'm looking for stainless steel scissors at the time. So it was closed on Sunday. Here's another one. This one I believe for like a Dollarama store. So Dollarama is like a Canadian-owned dollar store that's kind of a large franchise now. And here's one of them being closed. Actually, this is a unit that used to sell like retro, like think of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like things like way back in the 90s, like Beyblades and stuff like that, like little like trinkets and stuff like that. Like you would get a pinball, like the gumball machines, things like gumball machines and vending machines. So it's closed down now. It's really sad. Local business at the shopping mall nearby. Again, here's a big sale. Again, so you can see how the whole pandemic's playing out, the COVID-19 thing. Some of them have really gone on big sales, like 70% off here for the belts and stuff like that. And others have closed down. The hours are altered. And I just want to cover that because that's where I went. Now, there's some more photographs here I want to mention. Yesterday, I ate some food. So this is Vietnamese traditional. So we're in segment 7 obviously right now, right? Photography and stuff like that. Sade. So there's like sade is basically like Vietnamese sade type sauce. It's like spicy kind of. Mix it in with some instant noodles. So it's a class 2 item. I did not have, this is not my own stuff. This is like from my guardians. Lots of emotional baggage, insecurities, like I mentioned in previous live streams. If it has to do with personal insecurities, emotional baggage, I will still cover on stream. The good, the bad, the ugly have to be real, raw, and genuine. So I'm not going to shy away from non-PC topics, but basically, I have a lot of trust issues, and I have a lot of whole hypervigilance. I just can't accept things that come from my own blood. Okay, moving on, we have some more photographs here, and these are the before and after the before snapshots. No, the midway snapshot. So of the Times bag, we have really, we'll see this in a second, but you can see basically everything here is like what's remaining inside a Times bag. And I was supposed to cover this 2 days ago. I'm very disappointed that I allowed the interruptions from my maternal guardian to get in the way, that I allowed her to interfere with my plans like that. And I have to stop. I have to take a stand against her, and I did. And yesterday, well, it wasn't great. It wasn't a particularly strong stand, but it was better than nothing. Okay, so that's that. And she got the message. She's gotta stay away. Just leave me the fuck alone, all right? That's that. All right. So this, like, I spent 10 months trying to bring her out of therapy, trying to get her to start a new business, help her out of employment, and then this is kind of the way that it's repaid. It's just no, fuck no. All right. So this is it. Now we have this kind of like an organized selection of everything from within the Times bag that once again, class 2, I'm trying to return it all to them because it's a lot of emotional baggage here. But I have these have purpose, so I need to talk about this. But I'm afraid I'll have to continue this tomorrow morning. Like I said, the stream, I just can't do it all today. We have only about 3 minutes left, less than that. So okay, we've covered all the photography there. I think we'll have to cover this kind of stuff here tomorrow morning instead, but basically we'll cover, like I said, here's the ONN from Walmart, the USB drives, Shoppers Drug Mart receipt, and then we also have the stuff here, like the things that I went to Shoppers to take a look at, like cheesy crackers, the mint Oreo cookies that I did purchase, these new flavors of chips. Nothing nothing particularly healthy at all. I'm just like screwing around. Ice cream. I didn't buy anything here except for the cookies, and then you see the Walmart receipt at the bottom. So I guess at least I went through one of these collages of screenshots, but the rest, there's at least 7 more. Like I said, I'm going to show the next one here, right? All this kind of stuff, we'll do this tomorrow morning instead. We have about 2 minutes left, and we have to cover a lot of stuff. So let's get up. This is phase 3. Oh shit. Oh, fitness. The Excel database here. So obviously I had to update the database with all a bunch of, I purchased, there's like a renewal subscription for security, antivirus, new purchases for the business materials, supplements from the business in biomedical research, and so on and so forth. Jesus, like a monthly renewal, a yearly renewal, and then all the new inventory in terms of food and groceries and equipment for like the USBs that I purchased for other people. And oh my God. And yesterday I just gave some floss away to some of my to my brother. He's right now, so I just got passed some over from the university days Times bag. So it's just a lot of stuff, in inventory here. And fitness is obviously in the shitter right now. Activity, sleeping, everything, waste, not eating well, digestive, everything's kind of out of whack. I'm trying to recover, but the weekend was just really bad because of that interaction. That single half-hour interaction ruined, pretty much, I allowed it to ruin almost 3 days worth of plans. It was horrible. I have to take action to make sure that doesn't happen again. And okay, so we have only a minute left. Shit. So this is like phase 3 now. And I gotta say, there's not a whole lot I can do now in like 1 minute. So let's back off to the side. Region D1 and D4. So D4, like I said, here's the stuff that I was supposed to cover, but it's gonna be backlogged for at least the next 2 days, like the Times bag, the stuff inside the Times bag, like the dental materials. We have here the laundry that I'm supposed to do today. I am doing it right now. I'm gonna be late for work, but Purex is gotta go to the recycling bin. You can take a look at the pants, by the way, because I'm doing the laundry. Jesus, look at that, it's all torn up. I gotta stitch this together with some materials on region A9, A8, which you see a whole bunch of trash, and in B1 and B3 down here you can see all the kind of stuff. So I just want to mention very briefly, I have like 20 seconds left. I'm gonna take one of these bananas for work, add some supplements from this end, and this one's trash. The chips are trash. I purchased it yesterday, and these cookies here are trash as well. So at least I can take out some garbage and some of these like paper napkins here, toss it inside. And that's it. I'll have time for. I have to go get the laundry now, and like I stitch this all up, like I did like 2 weeks ago. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll continue this then. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Ciao. Take care. Stay strong.